Let's get a check now of that holiday forecast with meteorologist Lisa Green.
Good morning. It is looking warmer today, but that warmer air is moving over some snow. And when that happens, we get fog sometimes. And so we're starting off this morning with some low visibility, as we saw in our Skycam. Visibility down a bit here in Fargo, but it's even worse in some other spots. A dense fog advisory is in effect for parts of the valley, southwestern parts to be specific, over in the James River Valley. And then down into southeastern North Dakota, we're looking at some low clouds too in places like Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and back down toward Lisbon. And then heading west on I-94 into Bismarck and Minot, areas that had fog yesterday too. So this advisory in effect until 9 o'clock this morning. So if you're hitting the road early, you're going to have some trouble with this in some of these locations. So again, that advisory going to affect mainly those places out to the west and to the southwest. And here's a look at our visibility reports, really lining up quite nicely with where that advisory happens to be. We're looking at a quarter-mile visibility reported in Gwinner and in Oaks, Valley City, and Jamestown at less than a mile there, a half-mile in Cooperstown, and a mile and a half up in Langdon. So basically our western viewing area socked in some fog here. We have lower visibility at the airport in Fargo. This was at the top of the hour. I think that maybe it got a little worse in the last half hour or so based on what we're seeing on our Skycam. Wahpeton's low, and back over to Lakes Country, Fergus Falls and Elbow Lake, down to 2.5 and 3 miles there. So here's a look at your temperatures. We're ranging anywhere from some upper teens in the northeast to some mid-20s to in the Central Valley to some upper 20s out west. So this is very mild to start off the day with these numbers, especially compared to where we've been. So warm dip morning to start off will lead to a warmer day. So looking at our winds out of the southeast, driving in that warmer air, we've got some gusts into the 20s to even a 30-mile-per-hour gust in Langdon right now. 21 miles per hour in Fargo. So it is cutting into those warmer temperatures a little bit. Feels more like we're in the teens and single digits this morning if you're out in the open and feeling the impacts of that wind. And a look at your radar and satellite map. It's quiet right here in the valley. We've had some clear skies. Of course, now the fog taking over. And Tri-State view looks pretty good. So a real hazard here is anywhere we have fog. And of course, this time of year, the concern about black ice. There's always some patchy ice lingering after some snowfall events. And we just want to make sure you watch out for that if you're heading out the door to go to your Thanksgiving destinations. But it's looking pretty good. Expanding the view across the country, really quiet across the central part of the nation. We've got some rain down along the Gulf Coast of Texas and Louisiana. Over to the northeast, frigid weather for them. They've got some low wind chills that they're going to be putting up with today. You'll probably hear about quite a bit. Out to the west, looking at some heavier rain and some snow. So they're going to have some big impacts in the western part of the country as far as air travel is concerned, I would say, today in some of those airports. A look at our hour-by-hour planner here in the Red River Valley. Mostly cloudy skies, some fog out there too this morning. As we head into the later morning and into the early afternoon, that fog starts to lift. We see some breaks in those areas and even some some sunshine in places like Devil's Lake and down in the Southern Valley too. But generally speaking, you can see it's a mostly cloudy day with some moments of some sun. So warm, but not necessarily a beautiful Thanksgiving day here, at least not when it comes to the weather. We're looking at some temperatures this afternoon into the 30s, even 40 degrees for your high today. So warming above that freezing mark and enough to really see some difference here in the melting of some snow. Heading into tonight, temperatures remain mild, and we continue that trend as we head into the overnight hours with that strong wind out of the south. That's also a factor for us. Heading into tomorrow morning, temperatures in the 20s and 30s to start off for your Black Friday, so you should be just fine. And then into the afternoon hours, expect some numbers that are going to be back into the 30s to about 40 degrees again for your Friday. So not bad at all. Now, as we head into the weekend, some changes on the way. First, we want to show you our picture today. Perfect timing for a couple of turkeys there in Colfax. Thanks, Tom. And here's your 7-day planner. A chance for a few snow showers this weekend. Flurries more like it, but the better bet will be south of us. It will be bringing in some colder air to start off next week, though, that system that mainly is missing us. So next couple of days looking good. Just watch out for that fog this morning.
Did you say thank you, Tom, too?
Yes, isn't that funny?
Tom sent turkeys on Thanksgiving.
Very fitting.
It is. Thank you, Lisa. It's now